A late spring afternoon at Maplewood Chapel, cherry blossoms drifting like pale pink snow. Through stained glass windows, sunlight paints the pews in watercolor hues. And there, at the threshold, Emma stands, trembling in her gown, heart pounding with hope and fear. She doesn't yet know how this day will unravel every secret she's kept, and bind two souls forever. Emma Thompson is 28, a dedicated nurse at St. Michael's Hospital in suburban New Jersey. She rises before dawn, brews chamomile tea, and scrolls through prayer cards on her nightstand, mementos from her father's time in Vietnam and from patients she's lost. She carries their stories in her heart. Morning routine, Emma journals for 15 minutes, sketching little cartoons of hopeful hearts rising from beds of despair. At the hospital, she comforts a young mother whose baby is in neonatal ICU. She reads poetry to an elderly man recovering from stroke. Friendship, every Wednesday evening, Riley, the exuberant ER nurse, drags Emma to improv comedy at a local club. Emma laughs to keep her own tears at bay. But behind her gentle smile lies a quiet yearning, a desire for a love that sees beyond her scrubs and steady hands, a love that doesn't fear her scars. Rehabilitation Center. Adam Walker sits alone at an art station, brush clutched between his teeth. His canvas is half finished, a stormy sea. Every wave seems to crash into an invisible barrier. Emma arrives as part of a volunteer outreach. She carries a stack of art supplies. When his brush slips, she instinctively reaches out to steady the canvas. First words, "Careful, that's a fine detail." His glance, storm-gray eyes that flicker anger, pain, but also curiosity. Over weeks, they share small rituals. Mondays, Emma brings almond biscotti, Adam perfects a seascape. Wednesdays, Riley joins, and Adam surprises with dry wit. Fridays, Kevin, the hard-edged rehab trainer, nods approvingly at Adam's progress. By the third month, Adam's chest puffs with unspoken gratitude. Clara Patel, Emma's childhood best friend turned business consultant, watches from the wings. At first, she masks envy with sugar-coated compliments. "Emma, you're incredible. But is it wise to tangle your life with a wounded veteran?" Underneath, Clara wrestles with her own ghosts, a failed engagement, her mother's chronic illness, and the echo of, "You're not enough." She channels her insecurity into warnings, seeding doubt in Emma's mind. Office confrontation, Clara corners Emma in the break room. "You think he'll stick around when things get hard? Think about promotions, travel, a wheelchair won't fit in every doorway." Emma's resolve, "He's already faced worse doors than these." Still, Clara's words linger like a dark perfume. On a crisp autumn evening, under a canopy of orange leaves, Adam invites Emma to the rose garden behind the VA, lanterns glow. Kevin stands nearby, ever watchful. Adam wheels forward, pulling from his jacket a small wooden box. Inside, a ring, simple but glinting with promise. "Emma. I don't have much, but I have all of me. Will you marry me?" Emma's tears reflect the lantern light. Yes. Their kiss seals it, two hearts brave enough to hope. Emma's revelation. While planning the wedding, Emma discovers an old journal belonging to her father, recounting nights when his PTSD nearly broke the family. She realizes her compassion for Adam is tangled with childhood memories of fear and love. She wakes at night, haunted by echoes of her father's nightmares. Adam's darkness. Clara, desperate to prove her warnings true, anonymously sends Emma a letter detailing Adam's darkest hour. After his injury, he'd spiraled into depression and attempted to end his life. Emma's world tilts. She confronts Adam. "Emma, voice quivering, why didn't you tell me?" Adam, broken smile, "I was ashamed, it felt like another failure." They hold each other, raw and shaking. Emma whispers, "You survived. That's your strength." Tension crackles through every meeting with florists, caterers, venue managers. Clara snipes at guest lists. Mrs. Walker, Adam's mother, hovers protectively, questioning every menu choice. Dress fitting, Emma tries on gowns. In one mirror, she sees the weight of expectations, her mother's pride, Clara's jealousy, Riley's excited tears. Rehearsal dinner, Adam, in his tux, laughs easily, until no one asks him to stand for the toast. Pain flashes in his eyes. Riley lifts her glass, to two people who faced the impossible. Everyone drinks, but silence stretches. Dawn. Emma rises before sunrise, kneels by her bedside, and prays for courage. Ceremony. Guests fill Maplewood Chapel. Clara sits stiffly, Mrs. Walker fidgets with her program. The priest invites vows. Adam grips the armrests. Emma's breath slows. Then, slowly, impossibly, Adam pushes himself up. Knees shaking, tear-streaked face lifted to the heavens. He plants both feet on the floor. He stands, free of his chair for the first time in 3 years. Emma gasps, halfway down the aisle. Time fractures, seconds stretch like ribbons. Adam, voice quavering, Emma, my heart walked 100 steps to stand before you. Today, I stand not just for me, but for the promise of our forever. She rushes forward. They embrace. Humanity exhales in a collective gasp, then breaks into cheers. 1 year later, the second step center opens its doors. Adam and Emma cut the ribbon, joined by Riley, Clara, now humbler, hopeful, Kevin, and Mrs. Walker, who at last smiles with genuine pride. Inside, walls are decorated with veterans' artwork. Couples hold hands in counseling sessions. Laughter and healing weave through the rooms. And in the corner, a large photograph, Adam's first hesitant steps at the altar, Emma's face alight with joy. Below, a plaque reads, "For those who stand by love when every limit says you cannot." This is more than Emma and Adam's story, it's a testament to every soul who dares to stand against doubt, fear, and the world's expectations. May it remind us that true love isn't measured in steps taken, but in the courage to rise.